Yeah, good day everybody. Let's make some buns. Yummy buns. Let's go. Now, this is our flour. Add a pinch of salt. This buns is very sweet too. If you taste it, you will go to heaven and come back. I added sugar, but this sugar is to your own taste. I'm making it for the kids, so I'm adding some religious amount of sugar to it. Now, I'm trying to scoop all the sugar to make sure that I put enough sugar in it for the kids. Mind you, if you are doing it for an adult, you can reduce the amount of sugar you use in your buns. In whatever you make, you can reduce the amount of sugar. You can make it sugarless. It depends on who is consuming it. So I added my baking powder. You can see this baking powder. Some people add baking powder, some people don't. But me, I add baking powder to my buns. I think that's my own style. You will see other things. Now, nutmeg. I love nutmeg a lot because they give your baking flavor. Even when I'm baking cake, I add nutmeg. They add flavor to your baking. Whatever you are baking, you can add nutmeg. And the nutritional value is 100. So at this point, I'm grating in my nutmeg. As I said, this nutmeg is optional. You can decide to add nutmeg, you can decide not to add. Do you understand? It's not compulsory. It is totally optional. Do you understand? So I have grated my nutmeg. You can see the nutmeg. You can add the amount you want to add. You can add more than this. I love not much, not little, just average. So I've added my nutmeg, I've added my baking soda, I've added my pinch of salt and sugar. At this point, I want to add some little flavor to add some creamy flavor to it. So I'm adding my butterscotch. You can see this butterscotch flavor. I love it. I love the way it gives. The flavor is not that harsh, and you can hardly taste it in food, except you add a lot of a very high amount of it. But if it's a little, fine. Now I've added my 4 eggs. You can beat your egg, you can decide to leave it. I added it without beating it because I'm going to beat everything together at the long run. Now this is my almighty milk. I added so many milk, large amount of milk to this buns because it is for the kids. Anything you are giving to the kids, there are some things they can take that we adults can't take. So after adding everything, you can see I'm trying to incorporate everything into the mixture. Now I'm incorporating it. Though at this point, buns, you can make your buns to any texture you want. If you want it to be hard, you can make it, because when you want it to be hard, that means when you are frying it, the buns will look no, I don't like that type of buns. So I make my mixture not hard, not soft. Do you understand? So this mixture is a bit hard for me. I said it, everybody have what they want and how they want it. This is how I want mine. So I'm going to add a little more water to it. So I'm using the milk. You can see I still have some milk in the plate, left in the plate. So I'm going to add water to the milk to rinse off the plate. You understand? So I've added the water to the plate, I've rinsed it, and I've poured it into the mixture. Just little more water to loosen the mixture. You can understand what I mean. To make the mixture loosen. But if you want a hard buns, you don't need to add too much water. Maybe if you have a lot of milk, you can use only the milk to mix it and you fry your buns like that. Nobody will question you. You eating it by yourself, you're not selling it. My dear, you can't sell this. So if you are making buns for sale, you can't do this, because if you do this, how much are you going to sell the buns? How are you going to make your money back? This is for home consumption. I repeat, if you are making your buns for sale, you can't use all these ingredients. These ingredients are used because it is for home consumption. It is for my kids. Do you understand? Especially my daughter that goes to school. I add it to her lunch pack every day, because if you do this today, it can stay like tomorrow till tomorrow, even next tomorrow, before it starts changing taste. That is if you do it rightly. Do you understand? So I bake all this mostly because of the kids. Do you understand? So that is it. So any day I'm baking for adults, I'll also let you know, because that will reduce the amount of sugar that is being added to whatever I'm baking. Even if it's cake. If I'm baking cake for my mom now, I don't use sugar. I only use golden syrup as the sugar, as the sweetener. Now I've started frying already. I know everybody knows how to fry, but for the benefit of those people that don't know how to fry, I've already started frying already, but I just have to record this for those of you that don't know how to fry. So that is it. Now I've started frying. You will make sure you are frying on a very low heat. I repeat, make sure you are frying on a very low heat. Why you need low heat is so that your buns will be properly cooked, fried. You know, when the heat is too much, immediately you put it into the groundnut oil, it just turns brown. By the time you open your buns, the inside will be fresh. So make sure once your oil is hot, reduce your heat to the lowest minimum while frying. So once you can reduce your heat to lowest minimum, your buns or whatever you are frying will fry from inside out, not out in. Do you understand? So this is how to make buns for home consumption. The only difference here is if you want to sell buns, you can't use the amount of ingredient used here, because of you will not be able to make your money. That will come for another video for those that want to use it for business. So I'm still trying to make it a bit brown, to make it properly fried before I bring them out. Still frying. You can see some are already turning browner than some. Do you know why? Because you don't add everything at once. If you put cutting this, you keep cutting until you don't have space in your frying pan anymore. So that's why some are looking browner than some. But once your buns is ready, you will know. You can see some of the buns, they already have a crack on it. That crack means the hotness is already coming from the inside. So it will be as if it burst. Do you understand? So that's how to fry your buns. Even if your buns, your puff, whatever you are frying, even plantain. Some people don't know how to fry plantain. You have to fry plantain on a very low heat. A very low heat. Plantain is fried on a very low heat. Likewise, anything friable. You can see the insides of the buns. That is to show you that it is properly fried. You can see it's not fresh. This is the ones that I fried before. So I just took one to show you that how it will look like inside. But when it's not properly fried, if you open the inside, if you crack it open, you will see some fresh part in it. That's to tell you that your buns is not properly fried, or your puff. The puff fries easily than buns. Do you understand? Because of buns is made of baking powder, the puff is made of yeast. The yeast add air to the mixture. That's why you leave it some time for it to proof, to double the dough once it's yeast. But since it's buns, meaning we use baking powder, so you are going to fry gently and carefully with a low heat, so you get a good result. Then after frying, scoop it out. This buns, you can eat it with anything. You can make your tea, make tea for the children, give them some buns, they eat it with it. You can buy soft drinks, they eat it with the fruit juice. You can make your own home juice with fresh fruits, pineapple, orange. Make three alive for them. Three alive is mixture of three fruit together, blend, extract the juice. That's three alive. Whatsoever amount of fruit you want to use it and enjoy your buns as you eat it. Thank you.